Welcome to All Theory, No Conspiracy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click to receive notifications, and leave a comment. This is all about making connections. Featuring Donald Rumsfeld. This video is about career politician Donald Rumsfeld, a man who played major roles in 4 presidential administrations and was connected to some of the most controversial elements of all of them. He also maintained a business career for many years that was not without controversy. So just how does one misplace $2.3 trillion? Donald Henry Rumsfeld was a longtime politician, government official, and businessman who served as Secretary of Defense from 1975 to 1977 under President Gerald Ford, and from 2001 to 2006 under President George W. Bush. He was both the youngest and the oldest Secretary of Defense. Rumsfeld was also a 3-term congressman for Illinois from 1963 to 1969, director of the Office of Economic Opportunity from 1969 to 1970, counselor to President Nixon from 1969 to 1973, the U.S. NATO representative from 1973 to 1974, and the White House Chief of Staff from 1974 to 1975. Rumsfeld took over failing pharmaceutical company Searle and began cutting costs across the board. After selling off the majority of Searle's non-pharmaceutical business, except the Pearl Vision chain, Rumsfeld's acumen helped Searle turn a profit of over $120 million in 1982. Searle's greatest success came with the FDA approval of the artificial sweetener aspartame. Aspartame previously could not be medically approved after a 1980 FDA Board of Inquiry, where 3 independent scientists confirmed that it might induce brain tumors. The FDA had actually banned aspartame based on this finding, only to have Searle chairman Donald Rumsfeld suggest he would call in his markers to get it approved. On January 21, 1981, Searle reapplied to the FDA for approval to use aspartame as an artificial sweetener. The new FDA commissioner, Arthur Hayes Hall Jr., appointed a 5-person scientific commission to review the Board of Inquiry's decision. It soon became clear that the panel would uphold the ban by a 3-2 decision, but Hall then installed a 6th member on the commission, and the vote became deadlocked. Hall then personally broke the tie in aspartame's favor. Hall later left the FDA under allegations of impropriety, and later took a position with Burstyn Marsteller, the public relations firm for both Monsanto and Searle. Since that time, he has never spoken publicly about aspartame. While serving as Middle East envoy for President Reagan in the 1980s, Rumsfeld did not interfere with Iraq's development of weapons of mass destruction, even though they knew Saddam Hussein was using chemical weapons in Iraq's war against Iran. Declassified government documents provided new details about Rumsfeld's role and about the extent of the Reagan administration's knowledge of Iraq's use of chemical weapons. Rumsfeld met Saddam Hussein in Baghdad and passed on the U.S. willingness to help his regime and to restore diplomatic relations between the U.S. and Iraq. Rumsfeld said that he cautioned the Iraqi leader against using banned weapons, but there was no mention of such a warning in State Department notes of the meeting. Rumsfeld was later a harsh critic of Iraq during the Iraqi war and provided the false intel that Iraq was hiding weapons of mass destruction. Finally, on September 10, 2001, U.S. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld disclosed that his department was unable to account for roughly $2.3 trillion worth of transactions. And the next day, the U.S. sustained a terrorist attack, and this startling and troubling admission was forgotten in the chaos. Donald Rumsfeld passed away on June 29, 2021, at 88 years of age. These are some very interesting connections between Donald Rumsfeld, 4 presidents and their administrations, Big Pharma and the FDA approval of aspartame, Saddam Hussein, and the unaccounted for $2.3 trillion from the Pentagon. Links to related articles about Donald Rumsfeld and aspartame, Saddam Hussein and the missing $2.3 trillion, as well as a video of Rumsfeld and Hussein shaking hands, will be in the description below this video. The end? Stay tuned for more content from All Theory, No Conspiracy. Thank you for watching.